Hey, I hope everyone is having a great day. This is Molo Gaming and I'm back with another Fortnite video. So in today's video, guys, I'm kind of going to be discussing what I think crafting should look like in next season of Chapter 2 Season 7. The crafting system was introduced in this season, which is Chapter 2 Season 6, as I'm recording this video. It was a completely new idea to Fortnite, but I do think it was a really great one. With this, all guns basically had 3 different stages. The first stage was known as the Makeshift Weapons. These weapons were generally not very accurate. They had a decent rate of fire, but their damage was not great. They were generally the weapons that you would see the most, but they weren't very great. I would say they were the weakest of the 3 stages of weapons. The Primal Weapons were also a completely new type of gun. These Primal Weapons had a very fast speed and rate of fire, but they had less damage than Makeshift Weapons and were not usually as accurate. At the beginning of Chapter 2 Season 6, the Primal Shotgun was very overpowered, but towards the end of this season, they've kind of nerfed it a lot, and it's not very much as good anymore. The mechanical weapons, I'd say, were easily the best out of all 3 of these types of weapons, which were basically just the normal weapons that we see in the past seasons of Fortnite. This being the normal pump, the normal AR. Like I've stated, I really did like the crafting system of this season, but I think they should definitely change what crafting is like in the future with Chapter 2 Season 7. So I think it would be cool if you could basically craft 3 different types of guns with their own special effects. These being the Yeet effect weapons, the anti-gravity effect weapons, and finally the flame effect weapons. We've kind of seen these type of weapons in the past, but I think it would be really cool if every single type of weapon would have these effects if you crafted them accordingly. So with the Yeet effect weapons, you would basically have to pick up a 0-point crystal. These were seen around the map last season of Chapter 2 Season 5, and they basically gave players a teleportation effect. So I think if these crystals could be crafted with any type of weapon, it could basically give that sort of weapon the same effect that the flintlock had, which, in other words, known as the Yeet effect. We saw this a little bit with a laser beam LTM, where certain weapons like hand cannons had the same effect, but I think it would be really cool if all weapons crafted with the 0-point could have this effect. The second stage that I think any weapon could have is the anti-gravity effect. With this, a hop rock could be crafted with any sort of normal weapon, and it would basically give that anti-gravity effect. We've seen this a little bit with the exotic weapon known as the hop rock dualies, which basically give players, when shooting, that anti-gravity effect. So I think if the hop rock could be combined with any weapon, it could generally have the same effect, but maybe also a slightly slower rate of fire and maybe less damage so that it's a little less overpowered. And the final stage that I think every weapon could have in Fortnite would probably be the most powerful of these, which would be the flame effect. I think this could work by combining a gasoline tank as well as a firefly jar mixed with any sort of weapon to give it that flame effect that can start builds as well as players on fire. We definitely have seen this in the past with different shotguns and snipers that can start builds on fires. To keep this a little less broken, it might have to work that a player has to go through an entire magazine of bullets in order to start a building or player completely on fire, but still get a little bit of flames going. And I think the flame effect would maybe give weapons a little bit more damage, but probably a slower rate of fire. I think the flame effect would be very, very cool, but a little more harder to find than the others because you would have to combine both a gas tank and a flame jar. So what do you guys think? Do you think this would be something that could be a positive Fortnite to kind of change up what the crafting system looked like? I think it would definitely be a cool introduction to the game, and that's why I decided to talk about it in today's video. And that's going to be all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I just took a look at what I think would be a great idea for the Chapter 2 Season 7 crafting system. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would like this to be added to Fortnite, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.